Another day and some more shocking headlines coming out of the country involving migrants. Migrant working as Uber Eats delivery driver is jailed for 44 months after graping female customer at her home. A migrant who graped a customer while he was working as an Uber Eats delivery driver has been jailed for 44 months. I can't pronounce his name. He's 47 years old. He delivered food to the young woman's home in Boston, Lincolnshire at around lunchtime on January the 14th. He then convinced her to hand over her number by claiming he wanted to chat about his visa application. The Indian national later returned to the property at 5 p.m, where he assaulted the victim before texting her to say sorry after carrying out the harrowing assault. He has now been sentenced at Lincoln Crown Court to a 5-year custodial term, reduced to 3 years and 8 months after pleading guilty of the assault. He was also sentenced concurrently for 18 months for assault and serve a deportation order. The court heard that after delivering food to the vulnerable victim, he struck up a conversation with her, stating that he had just moved to the area not knowing anyone and needed assistance getting a visa and help to work. He asked for the victim's Instagram account details and they swapped phone numbers. He then returned to her home a few hours later, where they engaged in general conversation for a while before things took a sinister turn and he graped his victim. Not only should this migrant individual be held accountable, but I believe so should the companies that are hiring him and other individuals like him that commit similar acts such as Uber Eats and Deliveroo. Because after all, this isn't the first time that one of these migrant delivery drivers have been weird or done things like this. Have a watch of this clip where a very angry British man confronts a migrant food delivery driver in the UK after he asked an underage girl for her phone number.
Were you high on a bike, Uber Eats bike, asking for my cousin's number?
Brother,
Why the
I wasn't asking for a number.
You just told me.
The way I tried to tell her was something
Tell
like
her
that,
what?
But I was getting some details
Tell her
of
what?
I can transfer because I wasn't
What
having
the
any
is
cash.
details? What's the detail? You tell me what the detail is.
Account details or anything like that.
A
Because I haven't
detail.
had
What the
any-
is a detail? It's a number, innit? It's a number, yes or no?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
because
yes. So you
I
asked
couldn't-
for a youngest number. Asked for a youngest number.
Brother, please.
Listen, are you gonna go out here asking for youngest numbers again? You're
Never,
not.
never,
You're not.
never,
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 ever.
never.
Because if
No,
yeah, you're gonna
no,
get. Do you understand?
That, understand
You
that.
understand?
No. Yes, I
Yes?
understand. Yes,
Yeah?
100%, 100%.
So you're not gonna be out here f***ing high again asking for
No.
young girls'
No,
numbers.
but never,
Never.
never.
Now, I'd love to sit here and say that I showed you the full clip there, but unfortunately, I'm not able to on YouTube because the guy does actually smack that individual, and rightfully so, because he is a nonce, and he is delivering your food. And I think it's time British people take a stance and actually boycott these companies, because for far too long they've been hiring migrant individuals. I don't know what the reason is behind it. Is it cheap labour? I'm not too sure. But we've seen some of the acts they've committed on British people, like the first story, like that video there, and it clearly isn't safe for British people to have these people knocking on their doors delivering their food. But these people will literally have no moral compass whatsoever. They don't care who they hurt. And recently, BBC have published an expose piece on illegal vape selling in the UK to underage kids. And the worst part about it is that these vapes were laced with spice. Have a watch.
This is the moment a dealer is caught selling drug-laced vape liquids to what he believes is a schoolgirl. A BBC investigation found he's been selling vape liquids spiked with the drug spice.
It got me high, so I kept buying it. You can't stop. It kind of made me feel like a zombie.
Sophie and Ella, not their real names, became addicted to drug vapes when they were just 13. They believed they'd been smoking THC, an active ingredient in cannabis that gets you high. But lab tests showed the girls' vapes contained spice, a more powerful man-made street drug.
These sick individuals, I'm not too sure about you, but to me, they don't look very British whatsoever, are literally drugging British kids. It is disgusting, it's absolutely sickening, and it's becoming very, very clear that a lot of these individuals from certain backgrounds don't have any respect for children or women, and that is becoming more and more clear every single day. The more stories we hear, the more clips we see. For example, take a look at this clip, where a British woman is harassed and bullied by a group of military-aged fighting males outside a migrant hotel, and at one point they actually steal her phone from her.
And you, no problem. No problem. I don't have a problem. No problem. I don't have a problem. I'm from Libya.
20 men all videoing us, all getting intimidating, all in our face saying, what the f is your problem?
No, don't mix it.
Give me back his fucking phone now! Give me his phone now! Get his phone!
I don't give you that. I don't give you that. It's fine.
Give me the phone!
I don't give you.
Give me the phone!
You give me the
Give me the phone!
So those migrants there are 100% illegal, and they were staying at a Southampton asylum seeker hotel. And look, they were asked a couple of questions, very simple questions, and they try and gang up on a woman who's filming and actually snatch her camera from her. Very aggressive behaviour, again highlighting my earlier point. But again, here's more evidence of that happening again on a public bus in the UK, where a weird old man is staring at a young British girl. So here's the clip of a weird old man staring at a young girl who was wearing either a skirt or shorts. And the worst part about this is when I found this clip, there were people on the left basically blaming the girl for what she was wearing, like the weird old man staring at you is all her fault, which again sums up the left. But again, this video just highlights how bad it is for a lot of women in this country, and again young girls in this country, where they're being stared at or ridiculed or harassed by these migrant individuals, and it is disgusting. But it is getting a whole lot worse in the UK, because now some schools in this country are proposing to ban skirts for girls because them showing their ankles and legs offends certain students in those schools. Have a watch of this woman explaining the full story behind this.
Another 2 schools have banned socks for girls because they're saying that ankles distract the male students and the male staff. But get this right, come September, skirts are also banned, which means that these girls are expected to wear tights underneath their trousers. And they've even said that the trousers cannot be tight and they have to be loose fitting around the bum, and this will be monitored by staff inspecting the girls from behind. Idsal School did something similar where ankles weren't allowed to be on shore, and if any girls had them on shore, they would be punished. They'd be placed in isolation or detention. I mean, all of this, and then kids go to college and they can do whatever they want. I mean, within reason, of course. I mean, you cannot tell me that school, secondary school, isn't some form of test to see how compliant they will be. This has got absolutely nothing to do with learning. Nobody cares about anybody's ankles, so why make a big deal out of it? Or is it just another reason to enforce another punishment? Where does it end?
Now, I don't know about you, but I find this kind of strange, because when I was in school, it was never an issue, and I'm sure when you were in school, it was never an issue. So why do these strict rule changes seem to correlate with who's coming to the country and a growing size of a certain religious group in this country? And now you can call me conspiracy theorist, but it does seem to have some sort of correlation here, that they're trying to ban certain things in schools for girls as a certain religious group in this country is growing massively. But guys, let me know your thoughts on that. Make sure you do like, comment and share, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel for more content just like this. Thank you, take care, goodbye.